Now today we're going to be looking at the Star Kings playing cards. This is an extremely cool deck of cards done by the SVI Group. And if you want to check out this review, you have to subscribe, ring the bell, and give this video a thumbs up because I come out with deck reviews every single Wednesday and really other cool stuff every single Sunday. Everything's at 8 a.m. Eastern time, of course. So I do card tricks, I do sleight of hand, I do cardistry, I do deck reviews every week. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. You have to ring the bell because or else you'll never know when the video drops. And now I can get into this review now that you've done all that stuff. Let's get into it right now. Alrighty, now these are the Star Kings playing cards. The front of it says Star Kings Collection playing cards. It has a king holding on to a shield with each of the suits. It's done on a black stock with a lot of gold metallic ink. And it does have some embossing, just not on the whole thing. And then he does have his crown on. You can see this is going to be a main theme on all the aces. And you're also going to see this symbol right here popping up multiple times. The circle with the interweaving lines. And that's really it for this front. On the back, it says SVI Group with the spade. It says SVI Group Playing Cards, Star Kings 2017, with more of the gold metallic ink and embossing. The side has repeating suits, which is in the order of hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spades. It goes through that twice. And it has the same thing on the other side. Now I'm surprised they did not go in chased order, which could have been helpful for memorizing that for beginners, but I'm not quite sure why that was. On the bottom, it says 55 premium quality poker playing cards, Star Kings by SVI Group Ltd, manufactured in Europe by Deluxe in 2017. The top simply says poker, and then the inside says Star Kings and nothing on the inside, tuck flaps. That's all I can say about this box, and let's get into the cards. Now, for the back design itself, it is that same symbol that I showed you before with the circle and interlocking lines. It says Star Kings on both sides with 2 stars on the outside of this circle, and then a lot of intricate design work on the outside, which means a lot of time was put into this deck. So let's get into the actual cards. Now, it does come with a double backer, which is great for magicians. I'm going to set that in the back really quick. Now, here we have one of the jokers. You're going to see many different themes. You have one that's in color and one that's in full gold. Now, you have your ace of hearts, which this is the same that was on the front of the box, which you can see still right over there. It's the same thing, except for a heart is in the middle. This one says SVI Group in the middle of the 2, which is going to be in the middle of all the 2s. Again, done on a black stock, and all of the actual hearts themselves have been customized slightly. And it also has this nice border along 2 sides of it. So you have it part of the top and part of each side, which is fun. Then you have the rest of them. Let me get that back into focus. There we go. So you have the rest of them here. The 7 is the only one that's not standard in placement. And then the hearts all have more space type individuals, so that you can look at those. Then we'll go on to the diamonds, which is the same as the other one, except for it has a diamond in the middle, obviously. And I did think it was kind of odd of the order they went in. So they go from hearts to diamonds, and it's not in like the standard order. Either way, you have diamonds, and this one, the 2 still says SVI Group Playing Cards. And then after this, we have 3 more here. So then each of them have their own theme, which I think is really cool. You have clubs, and then these, instead of having the red, have the gold. And you have your clubs, and all of these are like demons. Not my favorite thing to put on a deck of cards because I don't like that kind of thing. I don't like talking about that. No, that's creepy stuff. And then we have the final one, which are like sorcerers or magicians, which are the spades, and we have, of course, our double backer, which I already showed you before. Now, It is really smooth on the sides, which I do like. Let me show you how they fan. So they do fan fine, but they feel kind of gritty, like they have sand in between all the playing cards, which I am not a fan of. I have reviewed some other decks that kind of feel like that, but I've never been a fan of how that feels, because you kind of feel like that grinding every time you fan out this deck of cards, which I don't like. It does have a nice thick black border, which is kind of cool. But that does mean you will get the cards beat up faster, because when the black comes off, you get the white and it looks just more beat up. It is a one-way design, which can be used for many different magic tricks. How does it faro and feel, and what is the thickness? So the thickness is definitely a thicker stock. There's no question about that. Yeah, definitely too thick for my taste. But if it does mean that the cards will last longer, you won't have to worry about that. These cards will last forever with how thick these cards are. If you like thick cards, these are for you. Now, how do they faro? We're going to go from top to bottom first. Every deck faros differently. Yeah, I hate how this deck faros, I'm not going to lie to you. That was a struggle. I did not like that at all. From bottom to top, this deck faros easily. Wow. So bottom to top, this deck faros easily. From top to bottom, you really have to work at it. And then there's other decks that you can just faro like butter. So I do find that kind of interesting, that one way faros nicely, the other way doesn't faro nicely at all. But in the end, it's just how some decks are cut and where they're produced by, which this one was not by USPCC, so it's not going to be quite as much quality. But now, who's going to like this deck? Magicians, probably not. It is a thicker deck, which shouldn't make a difference, but because of everything being kind of off, spectators might not be able to easily know what something is. So if you're try to do a sight force and someone sees this or this, someone sees this, they're not going to instantly know that's a jack of clubs. They see a demon head. It's not going to be as easily recognizable. So might be a little bit harder, and gameplay could be a little bit harder because of that as well. You might have to look at it for longer. And if you're playing a card game where you have to do it really fast, like spoons, that's going to be a little bit more difficult. For cardists, I don't think the faces should make much of a difference. But the problem is there isn't a ton of change when doing this. I just don't know if that's really what it's meant for. I think what this deck is mainly for is for collectors. Collectors should absolutely jump on this deck instantly. If you are a collector, hop on it, find the deck, which you don't really have to find it because I left it in the description for you. But if you're a collector, the box is beautiful. It has intricate design work on both the backs of the cards, the faces. The box is done with gold everything. So if you're a collector and everything has different themes, it's so much for a collector's deck. So if you are a collector, make sure to get it. If you're not a collector and you just like the deck, get it. If you think I'm wrong, let me know why, because I would love to be able to be more enlightened about your taste, and I want to be able to connect to you as the people who watch my videos, because this is here a community on the channel, and I want to make it stay like that. So you can pick it down in the description at Buy Worthy Playing Cards. I left it down there for you so you guys don't have to go and hunt for them. And if you guys haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is Card Perfect, signing off.